Fortunate enough to be joined by assistant coach and goalkeeper coach Daryl Shore right now. Daryl, appreciate you taking the time to join us.
Thanks for having me.
Why this job? Why this opportunity? Why be a part of something with Jeff Cassar that, you know, it follows a pretty big legacy?
As somebody who was in MLS for 10 years and then has been on the outside working in the RSL, when you watch MLS games, you watch Real Salt Lake and you really admire the way they play. You know, knowing CJ as well as I've known him through our years with Chicago, and then my relationship with Jeff and Garth, when Jeff made the call, it was a no-brainer. Just enjoying the way these guys play, and now to have the opportunity to come and work for Jeff and be a part of it and get to train a guy like Nick, Jeff, and Lalo, who I've heard a lot about but don't know. Obviously I know Nick and Jeff pretty well, so opportunity. It arose, and it was too good of a chance to pass on.
You talked about those 10 years in the league. When you're with Chicago, guys like Zach, guys like Johnny Bush, you know, Sean Johnson, you had a part in. How do you take that experience and that success and try to add on with Nick Rimando what he's been able to do throughout his career?
I just hope I don't screw him up. No, it's hopefully for me I can bring some experiences that I've had with those guys. Obviously Zach and John were unbelievable goalkeepers. I was involved in the draft with Sean, didn't get the chance to work with them, but even Matt Pickens and Henry Ring, working with those guys. You know, you just try and bring some new ideas, but at the same time, Nick doesn't really need new ideas. He just needs to keep himself going, and it's a big year for him with the World Cup coming up and him being in the mix with that. And I also think there's a little bit of a bitter taste with our group with how the season ended. So my job is just to come in here and make sure that he's playing as well as he's been playing, and really try not to mess him up.
You know, we haven't seen it too often in Major League Soccer where a goalkeeper becomes the head coach. I played underneath one in Walter Zenga in New England. But what is it about the Keepers Union? I mean, here in Salt Lake, now yourself, Jeff Cassar and Garth Lagerwey all being in pretty big roles within Major League Soccer. I
just think it shows people that goalkeepers actually understand the game more than people realize that we do. And Garth, through the years, I've admired his tireless work ethic, and I've dealt with him on numbers of occasions when I was with the Fire, when I was with Fort Lauderdale getting players on loan, and just the way he understands the game, and then talking with Jeff and understanding how much he's a study of the game. And I don't think people realize when you're an assistant coach for 7 years at a successful place like Salt Lake, you deserve your chance. And just these last 2 weeks, spending time with Jeff and the rest of our coaching staff, the amount of work that is put in with this organization, it's amazing. You know, we did a lot of work in Chicago, but we never did this much work. And I think it shows as to why Salt Lake has been so successful. And I think Jeff has earned this job. I think he's earned the chance to lead this group, and I think myself and the rest of the coaches are just honored that we were asked to come join such a great organization, and we look forward to hopefully good things.
Purchase your 2014 season tickets today at realsaltlake.com.